streets, riding through the fire into the night. Clubs and chrome, stories unfold on the edge of the road where the legends roll. This is the biker angle, raw and real. Hollywood and Black Dragon on the steel. News, respect, and the open road. Two wheels, one voice, breaking the code. No filters, no BS. Just bikes, brotherhood, and the truth.
Oh yeah, it's the Biker Angle, baby. What's up, everyone? How you guys and gals doing? Welcome to the show. What's up, BD? How you doing, man?
Hey man, what's up? How are you?
Oh my God, man, you looking skinny now, man. Holy cow! Would you have gastro bypass or something, man? Your man boobs are going away. You don't need a bra anymore.
Yeah, they're starting to disappear.
That is awesome, man.
They're the last to go. That in the gut, last to go. No,
Well-
man, I'm trying to live. You know, I was having some problems with diabetes real bad, and I had a few shows where I was, when I was trying to finish my book, I was working like 16 hours a day, and I had a few shows where I was having heart palpitations and all kinds of stuff, and I had to shut the show down. Like my subscribers were like, "Man, you got to shut the show down and go to the hospital." It was horrible. And I finally, and so I just got serious about my health. I went to this Dexcom G7, which rides on your arm right here, and it continuously reports to your watch what your diabetes level is. And then I got serious about my shots, got serious about my insulin. I got serious about my Trulicity. These are the shots I take, and
That's awesome, man. You got to, look towards your health, man. You are getting up there in age.
all
I'm
my
not
freaking medicines.
far behind right there, man. Let's see here. Black Dragon. Oh, you got another Black Dragon out there.
Yeah, that's Black Dragon, the Midnight Ghost Rider.
Oh, okay. We're going to be talking about the loss of a true outlaw. And one that I knew a long time, man. I'm talking, I think I first met Neon in '94 at the North Side Chicago Outlaws Clubhouse. We actually did a live benefit a couple years ago for him.
Mm-hmm.
And he passed away this past Tuesday of a heart attack. Younger than you, BD. That's why you got to take care of your health, man. But he had some health issues going on with him.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he had seizures, everything like that. But he was a true outlaw, man. From back in the day during Taco Bowman's reign. So you can imagine what kind of guy he was. He meant what he said, and he had the kindest heart too, man.
Mm-hmm.
He would help anybody. So during the broadcast, I'm going to be putting up his GoFundMe page. There's Neon right there, his wife Shannon. They are, he was a grandfather, father, and she's going to need some help here with the burial arrangements. I got the link in the description box of this video if you guys can go over there and help his family out, because everybody I know that needed help, he was there for. And I think, and there's the GoFundMe in the the chat area right there. So if you guys can hit that, $5, $10, anything you can, instead of tipping us tonight. But it's really hard. You've been in it a long freaking time too. It's real hard to find somebody that actually lives up to that expectation of what an outlaw is, or 1%er in this case.
Yeah, and I have one in the hospital as well. His name is Nikita, 1%er of the Wheels of Soul Motorcycle Club Nation. And when you and he's young, 56 years old or something. And his heart stopped beating about a week ago, and he was in a coma for an entire week with no changes. So yeah, that people that embody that true 1%er spirit, like your man here, are few and far between, and that just few and far between. Are you showing my screen, or is that your screen?
Both
I
of us.
happen to be looking at the same thing.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so this is his GoFundMe page that Hollywood just brought up. I thought he was showing my screen. So easing the burden, support for Scott's family, and hi everyone. It is with deep sorrow and heartbreak that I share the unexpected passing of our father Scott. Our family is still in shock, trying to process the sudden loss of a man who meant the world to us. Our father was more than just a parent. He was a devoted husband, a loving father and grandfather, and someone who brought laughter and kindness to everyone he met. He was a friend to anyone he met, never hesitated to lend a hand to those in need. If you knew him, you knew what it felt like to be truly cared for. He leaves behind my mother, his wife of 30 years. You know, that bespeaks a lot when someone is married for that length of time, who is now facing the immense burden of not only saying goodbye to her life partner, but also managing unexpected funeral costs and everyday living expenses on her own. This is a time of deep grief for her, and any support, no matter the size, would go a long way in helping ease the financial stress during this incredible, difficult chapter. And so $5, folks, $10, $15, $100, whatever you can give would really help this family out. He was also a 30-year member of the Outlaws Motorcycle Club. And so, you know, you don't have very many 30-year members of anything anymore, but he was a 30-year member of the Outlaws Motorcycle Club. We are very grateful for the support they have provided us during this difficult time, and more information is to come about his services with his family and his Outlaws brothers. We are raising funds to help cover immediate living expenses for my mother and any additional unforeseen expenses related to his passing. If you're able to donate or even just share this page, it would mean the world to us. My father always showed up for others, and now we hope the kindness he gave so freely can come back to support the woman he loved the most. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts, the Rose family. So that's very touching.
Thanks for the donation, Carney, to the GoFundMe. Again, I'll put the link down there. If you guys, you know, I don't care if it's just a cup of coffee money, man, help them out. Because, you know, if you've been with me a long time, you actually got to see the benefit that we did. All the Outlaws and all that came out for him to help support him and his family. Thanks, Kay, for the donation. I really appreciate it. I know they will too. I remember the first time I met him, man. Went over to the Northside Clubhouse. This is when Skid, I looked up to him like he was a god or something. You know, he passed away. He was the president of the Chicago North Side. And when you walk in, you know what this is how crazy they were back then, man. You know what they had as a pet?
No. What did they have as a pet?
A real rattlesnake in their clubhouse. That's the biggest thing I remember from that time was that rattlesnake.
Yeah, no. Hell no.
Nia, he came right up, introduced himself, and we were friends ever since then, man. And when I heard about it, I think it was a couple days ago, man, it was like a kick in the freaking nuts because it ain't like that anymore. When you have we do this biker news all the time, man, and it's like a revolving door with a lot of guys in clubs, and it wasn't like that for these guys.
Listen, we've just had 11 donations. 11 donations just hit over there. So,
you guys are awesome, man. You know, that's really appreciated. everybody. That really helps a lot. It really does. I appreciate that. I know his family does too. Joshua from Knoxville, Ohio, Iowa. So why do you think that is nowadays, man? And I know you've been around the club scene over 30 years. Why do you think those kind of guys are going by the wayside now?
Oh man. Um, you know, we're a different generation. Yeah, and
Yes.
this is just what we have to deal with. We're a different generation, and being a different generation, um, it the what you and I held important, over my 37 years in a club, that's not important, and I don't know if that is how things should go, or if that's they just have a different set of morals or whatever. I don't know if that's just the way it is, but I can tell you that it's definitely different. Last night there was this kid who is a member of the church that's just down from my office, and this kid, we're having a dispute over parking, and as I'm talking to the adult, and he and I are discoursing, one of the kids from the church, a young man about maybe 18 or so, just starts in, running his mouth, and I'm not the one, so of course, I got very verbal back with him, and I got a message from the preacher this morning: "Don't talk to our people, our children, or our women. You just talk to me." And what really should have happened was that kid should be knocking at my front door of my office here and saying, "Mr. Bunch, I'm very sorry that I mouthed off at you." But we don't have the village raising children anymore. Parents will stand up for their child's bullshit and come at a parent or a grown person like you, like I wasn't even talking to that kid. And so you do that, and these kids do that to one of these cops and gets a nightstick shoved halfway up their rumps. Why? Because they've lost basic respect, and we're seeing that in the motorcycle clubs too. This is what the father of the Black Sabbath Nation calls the "no child left behind" generation. And this was the generation where we gave everybody a trophy and nobody could get an F and everybody had to be passed to the next grade. And so we see that coming into motorcycle clubs. We don't have the same standards, and these kids don't seem to be living up to those standards. So I think we got a big problem, and these folks are going to be flying airplanes and rockets to the moon and taking over our country and leading it. They don't have any delayed gratification. They don't have any work ethic. They don't have any discipline. They can't be chastised. If you yell at them, they want to go grab a gun. And yeah, that's why I think we have this in our motorcycle clubs. We are seeing an erosion of American culture, Christian Judeo structure that built this country, the nucleus of the family, the modern, or rather the traditional family, all of these things that have been set up as paradigms and traditions that have built the country, they're all being eroded and erased. And so that's what you're seeing. Even the motorcycle clubs are seeing it.
Thanks, Ms. Lotus, for the donation. That really does help the family. Again, if you guys donate $25 or up, hit me on Instagram. I'll send you a signed copy of Power and Betrayal just for donating to them. Again, if you it's 25 or more, I'll send you out that for free. Just give me your ad. If it's in the United States, man, that freaking shipping overseas.
Shipping is a mofo, bro.
I'm telling you, dude. I put the link in the description box and as well as the chat if you donate to Neon right there. As you to see, man, he was actually younger back then, man. That was one of his young pictures. Let's get to there's one of Neon, his recent one right there. He would help big time if you needed it. But yeah, 25 or more, I'll send you a copy of the Power and Betrayal. Any amount helps out, man. $5, it's like a cup of coffee or something like that.
And I
But
think I think I have some audio books left for Prospects Bible. So if you donate 50 or more, the next 5 people that donate 50 or more, I will send you a link to the Prospects Bible,
that's awesome.
which is a audio book that's like 6 or 7 hours long or some craziness. I
Oh
think I
my
have
God.
some of those.
Did you
Yeah.
like read it that long, man?
Huh? Yeah.
You voiced that for that long?
Bro, it took it took me 3 weeks to voice that. That's why I'm not anxious to voice this 500 page mofo. That thing was only 148 pages. This thing is 500 pages. I ain't.
Why don't you use the AI, man? AI, man, it takes a couple minutes. Boom, done.
People want to hear it from my voice, but I just looked up something the other day which says, if I make it as an AI, can I replace it with my voice when I'm ready to? And they said yes. So I might make it as an AI and then take my time to replace it. But most folks have told me they don't want to hear an AI. They want to hear me speaking it. So
Iron Horse, well said, Black Dragon. Well said. This generation has no ethic whatsoever. So true in the millennial generation is the worst, has really eroded. You know what? It was a special kind of person back in the 90s, man.
So let me ask you this. Before or since? Uh-oh, something's happened. Before or since? Just looking at something. If you're talking the Outlaws Motorcycle Club, how long is it? Have we ever seen a Taco Bowman again?
Well, there was Milwaukee Jack. There's others out there I can, say something to, but they're the older guys too. Hell, they're all in, the same footsteps of Taco Bowman. There's never going to be another one of Taco, but, a lot of guys that learn from him, I think what he installed in a lot of guys was your word's your word and your honor's your honor and loyalty's your loyalty.
Right.
Right. Is that, where you're getting at is with some of these clubs, they don't have any leadership like that anymore.
Right. That's what I'm getting at. Well, when we talk about the kids of today and we talk about club members of today, there's the stalwart people that we grew up with, the pillars. When I think of the founder of the Black Sabbath Nation, my club, there's just nobody like them. And there never will be.
Well, we have to say that we were lucky to grow up under the Vietnam vets. The Vietnam veterans were a different generations. That's the one I got to learn under. And I think we dropped the ball for it. Thanks for that, Dark Soul, that donation. Again, if you donate 25 or more, I'll send you out an autographed copy of the Power and Betrayal. You just got to hit me up on Instagram and let me know. But, I think you're so right when I think we dropped the ball on these ones, man.
Yeah. And we also have to ask how much of it is our own faults. How many of the guys from our generation started building clubs just for numbers alone and got into the rat race of numberism, and started taking quality over quantity. And how many of us relaxed the rules to get membership because it was so tough for us? And a lot of this is our own faults. How many of us are taking people from other motorcycle clubs? I've seen more multi-club one percenters than I ever thought was possible in the past to 5 or 10 years. It used to be you were in a club, you were in that club forever. And if you got out of that club, that was it. So Hollywood, you need to refresh your screen because your screen still shows the original amount, which was something. What was it? It's now 1920. That's how much money. Don't refresh your screen. Bring it up real quick without refreshing it. The GoFundMe page. So it says 1895, like when we started. It's 1920 now.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
So
Let's keep it going, man. Keep it
yeah.
going. Let's get the
So
two
if you
grand.
hit the refresh button,
There it is.
there you go. There you go.
Let's get to at least 20, we're $80 away from that. You guys are awesome, man. I know his family would really appreciate this. That's great stuff right there. But their generation, I always talk about it on Biker News, man. You see these support shirts and stuff like. You were not able to get a sports shirt unless they knew you back then.
Well, you had to be a friend of the club. We had an actual term, friend of the club, supporter, support club, friend of the club. There were these levels of support.
Hey,
And,
Dark, thanks for that 25, man. Make sure you get with China Doll so I to get your address and send you out a book, man. That's awesome, Dark. So I appreciate that, man. I know he will too. But go ahead.
That's all right. So you grab my. Okay, put me back because I lost focus.
We're talking about how the new generation, man. One thing, and you can say I'm biased. I guess you can say that, but out of most of the clubs out there, I think the AOA stays to the truest form that they are. They don't believe in pushing you through. They don't believe in this, what is it, legacy crap. You go through just like everybody else. And I think that they're the truest form. And I think that's where Neon really fit the bill. And again, I'll probably bias, but they're, look at the leadership they've had, like with Taco Bowman, Milwaukee Jack, Tommy O.
Yeah,
these are legends, man, and they've always been grounded to that, where they never gave a shit about growing just to grow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I know you probably know some down there.
Oh, absolutely. And I would say, those guys are very much to the old school, which is very much on the black set. I would say the Outcast very much mirror those same kinds of sentiments. Like you don't you don't get in that club with any legacy stuff like that. Everybody goes through it, through the stuff, and so there are a few clubs out there that hold that 1%er way of life down that I grew up knowing on the biker set. And I would definitely say those are a couple of old school kind of clubs that do that. And so there's a pretty kind of like stable sort of things you can expect from those guys across the country. So I have a lot of chapters opened up in OL territory and stuff like that. So it is absolutely, you know what you're getting with those guys. You know what you're getting. And that you can deal with that. You know what I mean? That's something you can deal with.
Well, even though they're worldwide, man, I think they still have that Midwestern type of thinking. They keep the old school ways, and they are good to people. You can go out there with some other major clubs and they're real dicks, but with them, you can approach them. And I think it's that Midwestern vibe.
So Hardwire says 15 has slacked up a lot on prospects too, but not as much as many clubs have. As I think you're going to slack up on prospects. I don't care who you are, because it's the pool that we have to pull from these days. That pool is just like the United States military. Like I saw as in the 90s, about 95 or so, when I was getting out of the military, the pool of people. For instance, they came up with these things when I was getting out, where the Navy stopped wearing boots in boot camp, and they stopped carrying rifles, and they came up with this thing called a training timeout card, And the idea was if a recruit is being screamed at or cussed at or overly pushed or frightened or pushed into a corner, they could hold up a card and say, training timeout, training timeout. And it was like timeout. It was like timeout for a freaking 2-year-old. This is a person that's you're getting ready to give this person, if they were in my field, as a fire control technician, I fired nuclear weapons. I had the codes, I had the top secret keys, all of this stuff. And at the end of the day, there would be a command, and I would be the one that goes, chick, 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 and the nuclear weapon is gone. You can't hold up a training timeout card, a war timeout card. Hold on. I'm stressed and overworked, and I can't say it right.
They are, Jamie. They're helping out big time. It's this is a public GoFundMe page. We're only $80 away to hitting that 2,000 right there. I put the link in there. And again, if you go through my lives, if you're a member, you can see the actual benefit that we did for them. But yeah, the club's helping out too. This is a public one.
Anytime you lose a breadwinner, the family needs help, and the club helps out, and so should the community. It takes a village. Everyone should help out. So to sit back, I don't understand why the club isn't. No, that's not your business to ask. Would it matter? What matters is what you can do. What's his name? John F. Kennedy says, stop sitting around asking what your country can do for you. And instead, ask what you can do for your country. If you believe in the motorcycle club culture and you believe in helping folks out, and they put up a GoFundMe play, if you don't want to give, don't give. But the last thing you should be is, well, why didn't such and such do it? Blah, blah, blah. We can all point the fingers around. But there are certain of us who will do something when action is required. And that's like not driving past a biker on the side of the road with his helmet, sitting down, looking at his bike crazy. That's pulling the hell over. Because I know I got a trailer back home and I can go home and get it real quick. And it's only 5 miles from here. You don't drive by the guy talking about, well, I wonder why his club doesn't get him. Well, his club might be across town or actually 2 states over. But bikers don't leave bikers stranded. That's the idea. There's a biker down. You get his ass because it could be you. That's why. Because everybody knows bikes are not as solid as cars for whatever reason. They will put you down in the middle of nowhere.
Especially a Victory.
You meant a Harley.
What was that cross country ride you were on? You had to stop and had to get it repaired.
No, and that was, you know what? And I hate that you remember that. My Victory has only put me down one time. And if I had known more about motorcycles, this is the sad part. There's a screw down there, and this is the V-twin bullshit, because it's never happened on my Goldwing. But there's some sort of screw on the bottom it was the washer on the bottom of the oil pan. This crush washer thing, I don't know, was not crushed properly or whatever. So I had this oil spraying all over everything, and so I called. The club had a mechanic. This guy is a diesel mechanic, and his name is OB. He works on everything, period, under the sun, under God's creation. And I was on my way to Tulsa, and I called OB. Man, I got to turn around. My bike is leaking oil. He says, well, okay, explain to me what's going on. He said, oh, okay. I'll fix that when you get here. Stop at the Harley Davidson shop and get some oil and just keep putting oil in it. And I'm like, that's it? That's all I have to do? Yeah. And then he fixed the damn thing in 7 minutes. That is the extent of anything that's gone wrong with the Victory on the road.
If you guys donated, just let us know, man. We'll put you up in we'll shout you out.
And my back brakes went out, and my whole club picked on me about that because that's all they had. Yeah, your victory broke down. No, the back brakes went out. Back brakes go out.
Yeah, but the thing was, you couldn't fix it. You had to have somebody else do a 7-minute job.
It is true. And, and I
You
have
know,
every tool. I have every tool in my man cave, in the dragon's lair. I have every tool known to mankind: a lift, stethoscopes, every damn thing that you could possibly need to fix a motorcycle, so that my club brothers can come over and fix it.
see, with my electric glide, man, I love my Evo and stuff. I have all my tools in there that I'd take that engine off right on the side of the road. And you can't fix a little 7-minute problem.
It wasn't even 7 minutes. There was something he pulled it was a little damn adjustment. I'm not sure if it was the drain plug or something else, but it was just a damn plug and a washer or a rubber piece or something. And he knew what it was and he fixed it. OB, I love you, OB, man.
And you still to this day don't know what the hell he fixed.
I don't know what he fixed.
Well, that's good brother there, right there.
I do
Man.
know if the same thing happens again, I just keep putting oil in it till I get it to him. Hey, I can change the back tire. I can change the oil.
What what would you want to convey to the guys coming up now in 2025? What would you say the 90s were like to you?
Oh, so the 90s is when I was born into the culture. The 90s
how different was it back then compared to today?
Well, we had a different culture. We actually rode motorcycles. I think today they really they ride from club to clubhouse to clubhouse. So, here in many countries, many cities have a loop around them. For instance, in Oklahoma City, it's the I-240 loop. Here in Georgia, it's the 285 loop. It might be the 495 in DC or something like that. A lot of these cities have a loop, an external loop where you can get around the city pretty easy. Ours is 285. And so a lot of times we call them the I-285 loop riders. And they ride that 285 loop around the city. And, in Georgia, in Atlanta, that loop might be 60 miles or something. So if you rode it twice, you'd actually ride 120 miles around the whole damn city. And so they will ride to everything in that loop, all the clubhouses and the I-285 loop riders, but they ain't getting out that loop. And we didn't have that kind of stuff when I was on the set. When I was on the set in San Diego, 1989 through 1999, so for the 10 years I was there, there was only a few clubhouses, maybe 5 or 6 clubs in San Diego at that time, and at one time there was only ever 5 clubhouses at one time. The rest of the time, the Black Sabbath really was the only club that had a clubhouse, and that was over almost 30 years. And there were 2 or 3 others, like for instance the oh my goodness, the Four Horsemen always had a club. Black Sabbath had a club for a very short time. Royal Aces had a club, but there was only a few clubhouses. So if you wanted to go to a clubhouse, you had to ride 88 miles to Los Angeles to go hang out at the clubhouses. Those were the people that had clubhouses. So we had to get on our motorcycles and ride. You had to ride at least to Los Angeles. And Los Angeles traffic is horrific. It could take you 6 hours to ride 88 miles. So once you got up there, you stayed. You were there almost all weekend, and they had 100 clubhouses back then, and you would go from clubhouse to clubhouse to clubhouse to clubhouse and party, and then we would ride out to the desert. We'd ride out to there was this big lake, a dead lake now. What's that damn thing called?
We just had another donation, man. We're at 1945. We're almost at that 2000 mark right there.
Yeah.
Again, you donate 25 or more, you get a copy of Power and Betrayal. What's up, so loud, Chris? And anything over 50, you get an audio book from Black Dragon. Go ahead, Black Dragon.
So there was called the Salton Sea, and we would ride out there, and then there was an airport that we would race at this big. It wasn't abandoned, but it was an airport they let us race at until they got tired of. It was a private airport, and then they got tired of the bikers, and they shut it down. And they said, "Oh, the pilots needed it. The pilots weren't even using it." But we had fun. And then we had campouts. Like, when was the last time you've been to a club campout?
Oh, like, those fucking awesome.
You got to walk around the campground naked as hell. The women were naked. It was just some Flower Child 60s shit going on. And that's gone. It's gone. Like, who does that? Who goes to
Jason Webb, $25, man. Make sure you get a hold of China Doll over on Insane Throttle's Instagram, man. So I had to get you a book. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's awesome. I appreciate that, man. We're at 29 donations. 15 people just donated. So we had 11 people when we began, or 11 people shortly after we began, and now it's up to 15. So that's really cool, man. We appreciate that.
We have the best subs, man. We do. We have the best subs.
Yes.
Really do, man. They come through for everybody, man. That's some good stuff right there. You know, you guys you're awesome. You know, you're helping a family that really needs it. And somebody, you know what, you were talking about being broke down on the side of the road, man. That's kind of the guy Neon was, and he just stop and get going with you, you know, and next thing you know, you're best friends. You know, that's kind of, I wish those, you know, they were still around, man. A lot of the graybeards are retiring out now, and they're not even riding anymore. A lot of the old guys that I know, and it's going to be missed. Wheels of So Texas, what's up, man? How you doing out there? But yeah, motorcycle campouts, those were the things, man. You had broads running around naked. You had all kinds of freaky stuff.
Man, come on, bro. It was completely cool. Some of the brothers would have RVs, and you stand outside their RV and wait for a plate to be passed out to you. The women were in the RV cooking. And we missed those. Though I missed those days. And then there was the national.
That sounds boring, man. We had females running around butt ass naked and the stuff.
Yeah, we had that too. I miss those days, because those were the days that brought me. If I can't even tell you what I saw the first time I went to the clubhouse, and when I saw that and all the women and what they could, just the mere influence the bros had, I was like, man, I want to be in this club right here, right now. I didn't even know you could do this. And then the guys were fearless.
You know what? We're doing a good show right now. Protect the youth. That's something we'll talk about tomorrow. But we're not doing it on this show. Go ahead.
What was that? Did I miss something?
Outlaws attacking a black man, aka hate crime. We'll talk about that tomorrow on a different show.
Oh yeah, that'll be an interesting one. That will be an interesting one. And yeah, I saw that video, and there was
there's two sides to every story.
A lot going on in that video. Yeah.
Not New York Post is crap. Anyway, we're only $55 away from helping Neon 1%ers family right there. We're at 20. There's 29 donations already, and you said we were at 11 when we started. That's hot, man. So yeah, we're only at 55 away from the goal. Party with Tiki at Black Sabbath San Diego in the 90s. Oh yeah. Some of the women that hang around the clubs, no one wants to see naked sometimes. I don't know, man. These younger, you know what? The younger kids, they got some women, dude. And I have to agree, they got some women on them, especially them rocket clubs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Carney, you're awesome, Carney. Thanks for donating again, man. You know, that is awesome. We're almost there, almost there.
It was the Rough Riders that came in 25 years ago, 20 years ago or so with the baddest, oh my God. And they used to have their little symbol, their little R, and they had a clothing line, everything. They had the baddest women in all of Atlanta, the Rough Riders. Then the club broke off, and then they had the number one stunners and the Rough Riders and all these clubs with all these women riding motorcycles and stuff. And
all I know, man, is I wish I was at the filming of Biker Boys with some of them broads. I know I'd getting some. I know you don't lie because he's listening, dude.
Just I wasn't nothing nice. I was nothing nice on the set. I was nothing nice. I was trying to take home every trophy that could be bagged.
$30 away, man. Oh God, that's awesome. $30 away from $2,000. Let's get it up there. Carney, make sure you get a hold of China Doll over on Instagram so I had to get a book out. I know I got 3 books to send out. You guys got to get a hold of me over there. Don't try emailing me because I get so much freaking hate mail and spam. I don't even look at it anymore. You ever get in that incident, man?
What's that?
Zigzag 25. Oh man, that's awesome. But you know, we'll get it donated over to him over there at the GoFundMe page.
Where did that come on my page or your page? I think
I don't know. Let's see here.
Came on to my page. We appreciate you, Zigzag, and I'll get that sent over.
Yeah, we'll get it over to Neon's thing. We're almost there, guys. $30. $30. That's big for the family, by the way. Yeah, thanks so much for that. But dropped another donation. Oh man, Kay, you're awesome. Thanks for that, Kay. I think we're there, yeah.
I'm getting ready to drop.
We're at 1990 right now.
Let's see. I'm dropping his 25 up there. Zigzag's 25 up there right now.
Where you at, Kay? Where you at, Kay? That is awesome. Yeah. BD's about to drop to 25 to get it to 2.
I got to check my my PayPal first to make sure I got 25 on it on my PayPal. Hold on here.
So we're almost at 2 right now. That is awesome. BD's about to put us over it. If you guys want to donate, we're still there. The link's at official Insane Throttle, and I'll get you a book out, Carney, and whoever else has donated 25 or more over to Neon. I put the link in the chat. We're almost putting them over $2,000 right now. We got since we started, let's see here, 11, 31. We already had 21 donations. You guys are awesome with that. You know what? That's the older picture of Neon. You know what? I wish I would have brought on the video that I did of the last one. You would have got to see him and all that stuff. And but yeah, I remember in 1994, man, that's the look I always remember about him on there. But you guys are awesome. I got the best, and you got the best. Me and BD have the best subs, man. Best.
Absolutely.
They're helping a fellow biker out.
I got to use my credit card. I don't have enough money on my. I only got $21 on my.
And they think we're freaking rich, man.
I only got $21 on my PayPal, but I'm gonna put this credit card in here. Oh yeah,
This
that
is where everybody donated to. I'll read it again for everybody. Hi, everyone. It is with deep sorrow and heartbreak that I share the unexpected passing of our father, Scott. He's known to me as Neon One Percenter. Our family is still in shock, trying to process the sudden loss of a man who meant the world to us. Our father was more than just a parent. He was a devoted husband, loving father, and grandfather, and someone who brought laughter and kindness to everyone and he met. He was a friend to anyone he met, never hesitated to lend a hand in those in need. If you knew him, you knew that he felt like to be truly cared for. He did, man. He was one of the kindest freaking guys I knew. He leaves behind his wife, Shannon, as wife of 30 years, man. You know, I've been with China now for that long now. Damn, me and Neon were right on with each other. Who is now facing, and she's just a lovely person, guys. She's just something else. Facing the immense burden of not only goodbye to her life partner, but also manage an unexpected funeral cost. He was a 30-year member of the Outlaws Motorcycle Club. He was with Gary, Rockford, Chicago West Side. He really helped that club out, and any support that you can provide will be awesome. We're almost at that 2,000 mark. We're waiting for BDs.
Right. I just dropped Zigzag's $25 up there.
So we got Zigzag. Make sure you get a hold of China Doll. I think that's 4 books I got to send out, don't I? I think so. 4 of them. Did we get them over $2,000?
Let me check and see. Okay, so that should be done.
I know Kay donated twice. I know a lot of people donated twice, man. And thanks, Protect the Youth. Please donate, guys.
Yeah, $2,015. It's there.
We got it over. There it is.
Yeah.
You guys are freaking awesome. You know, we really appreciate all the donations. John Bunch, you forgot the junior, man. That was what, Zigzag, right?
That was for Zigzag. It was for Zigzag.
Yes, they're up to 2,000. It's 4, Tommy. Thanks for that, man. You guys got to get a hold of me on Instagram and let me know who you are. That way I can send them out, and I need your addresses and stuff with that. But thanks, Sean, for that. I know the family's really going to appreciate that. And, I got the links in the description for this video. If you guys want, it'll really help them out to, get them to their goal, 10,000. But go ahead, BD.
Go ahead.
You wrote this book.
You always do that to me.
You wrote this book, and during your research, since you are, motorcycle historian, a motorcycle club historian, this was really what it was all about, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Being there for each other. And a lot of the people in our chat room is doing just that.
It's kind of funny. When we say again,
Carney has to get a hold of me. He's in New Mexico. Thanks. We got him there. We got to keep on going, but
let's keep on going. When I first started talking about motorcycle clubs and I started doing the research for this book, Motorcycle Club Protocol 101, I went back all the way back to when motorcycle clubs first started. And the very interesting thing about it is the reason they started, Hollywood, as you just correctly indicated, was for this right here, for this same thing that we're doing right here, right now. It started as a bunch of people who had this passion for riding motorcycles, and they all liked riding these motorcycles together. So, we all have friends that we ride motorcycles with, but there was a larger need. There was a need to do more. So the first thing I talk about in this paragraph, in the first part of when Motorcycle Club started from the late 1800s to the early 1900s, first it was riding enthusiasts. First it was people that were riding as friends together. But then they started racing motorcycles. But then they started forming community-based groups. They started forming groups that shared motorcycle knowledge. And then somewhere along there came this need for these enthusiasts, these people that were doing stuff to help out other groups, these people that are doing stuff to help out the community. There became this need for us to form a more lasting bond than just a bunch of folks that got together and rode and started and did good things for the community. And they wanted to build a family around this structure, around this love for riding iron, this thing that grabbed us all and drug us to the wind and the bugs in the teeth and the wind burning our faces. We wanted to build an extended family around that. And that's what this comes down to. Every motorcycle club is a club of extended families. I often say bikers are loners. Clubbers are not. Bikers, a lot of times people say, man, you guys got more rules. All you want to do is be against society and all of that. And no, that's a biker. You're describing a biker. But a clubber is different. He's a bumblebee. He wants to be in the beehive. The social culture, the social experiment, the social function, it means something to him. To have his brothers respect him means something to him. To be able to call on a brother means something to him. A lot of these guys get this from the loss of the camaraderie that they experience in the military. The military brings all these people together, and while you're in war, whatever you're going through, you're this cohesive unit. But these people come from all over the world. So when you land, everybody goes back to where they came from, and you lose that brotherhood. And a lot of people go right down and find it at the local MC. So there's this need for this, and that's why motorcycle clubs came. They came to fill the other needs that we had that were beyond the feelings and the elation of riding a motorcycle in the wind. So you did that right.
I got Andy in here. Andy's a good kid. I can't thank everyone enough for all the support and love shown for my father-in-law, Neon. Hollywood Black Dragon, you guys are amazing. This is unbelievable. Love and respect. You guys right there helped Andy out and his family. And you guys are part of the Insane Throttle Black Dragon family right here. And I am so happy for the family that you guys are given. Zigzag 25, Tisha 10 or 20. Jeremy 25, Jason 25, Mike that is Dark Soul 25, Anonymous 10, Satya 25, Tisha 5, Jeremias Gonzalez 5, David 20, Anonymous 25. You guys are just going and going, man.
Now at $2,100, $2,115.
Oh man, we're up at 2,100 right now.
Yeah. And we got 33 donations now. Yeah.
Oh, that is awesome. You guys freaking rock.
Yeah.
We're 2115 right now. Anonymous, $100.
Whoa. Hey.
$100. Whoever that was, let us know so we can get you stuff out there.
Yeah, let us know so we can get you a copy of my audio book over there and of his book. Let us know who you are. We won't tell anybody. Just let us know.
Let us know so we can take care of you guys. Just had $100 just dropped. So we're at 2115. Dude, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That is wow. And I know Andy and the family really appreciate that. Kay, you're awesome, man. You're always there for us. So is Dark Soul. Dark Soul is he's been with me a long time, man. But if you want to help out, there's the link again. Nomad Pastor, what's up, buddy? How you doing out there? If you got $5 to spare, there is the link right now. Damar, interesting last name there, Damar. BD, how's the transition out of club life treating you?
So I don't really see it as a transition out of club life. I'm still very much involved in club life, and I have some announcements that I'll be making very, very soon. I did have my national president come on Hollywood and Big Cell's show and tell the whole wide world that he had.
Wait a second. Time out. I show.
Oh, okay. Well, Big Cell was broadcasting it. I'm sorry. Simulcasting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that. But I don't particularly like that guy, so I had to make sure to include his ass. But I had, they came on the show and said that they had put me out of the Black Sabbath and sent all this damn paperwork, Word documents, and it was one of the most embarrassing things in my life. It hurt beyond all measure. You can't imagine how badly that hurt me. These people that I brought into this club and the national president that I treated like my very own son. When his mother died of COVID, I was standing there with my arms around him and his brother, helping him to cope with that. I was there for every kind of thing this dude could need, and to have him cut me like that, it hurt, and it was a pain that happened about 6-7 months ago, and it crippled me in my soul, in my spirit, in my heart. Having given 37 years of my life to a motorcycle club, and to have, and not so much this guy and his little cohorts that did the shit that they did, but the fact that not enough people in my club had enough power to stand up for me, that hurt as well. But the devastation to the club has been immeasurable. Those guys went on to lose the entire East Coast of the Black Sabbath Motorcycle Club. They lost it. It's gone. They're not able to ride in the very cities that they live in. The Macon chapter has been shut down by the dominance in that area. The Atlanta chapter was shut down. What they tried to do to me has cost this club and set it back 20 years. Now,
Thanks, Beezer, for the support. Tommy, definitely donating tomorrow, man. You're awesome, Tommy. I appreciate that. Go ahead.
But my official stance is very clear. I know the bylaws. I helped to write many of them, and you can't put a person out of the club without a trial. So the current administration has their stance, and I have mine. I don't really particularly feel like I've got some announcements I'll be making soon, but it is what it is. I've had a good opportunity to, hey, I was writing a tell-all book about this whole thing, and I was so angry and so mad, and it was called President's Bible, Chronicle 2, Betrayal in the Brotherhood. It was initially named Betrayal in the Brotherhood, and Hollywood gave me permission to use that name. It was the same name of his book, but I decided to change it a little bit, President's Bible, Chronicle 2, Betrayal in the Brotherhood. But my woman asked me, and the father of the Black Sabbath Nation asked me not to write that book while I was angry. If it was going to be a book that was going to instruct people on what to do because I had so many people through the years ask me, what do I do when I get put out bad? And my answer was, well, you got to fight back and all this kind of stuff. But I had no idea what it really meant to have that happen. So she told me, don't write that book right now. Write a book that's going to help somebody. And when you're no longer angry, then you can write a book about betrayal, and it'll actually mean something. It won't be some petty ass, he did this to me, blah, blah. So I took my time over the last 7 months when that happened, and I took a turn. And instead of writing the angry, pissed off, mad book, that came from this shirt that I had made. Instead of writing that, I wrote this, Motorcycle Club Protocol 101. And in this, I put 37 years of everything that I've learned about Motorcycle Club Protocol that could help other people. And so far, this book has been selling like crazy, and people all over the all over the world have told me, hey, man, this book has really helped me. And it's right now, it's being translated into German as we speak. So how has the transition been? It's been interesting because my true club brothers have not taken their hands off of me. My true club brothers still continue to call me. They want advice. They've inviting me to their annuals. They've told me I will be protected. Nothing can happen to me. That's what my true club brothers that have. The people that still wear that still wear the colors and still love me. There's been no out bad. There's been no contact. They've tried that shit. It didn't work. But the bigger, greater motorcycle club community, I was still invited to speak at the PROC. I was still invited to speak at the Outcast Breakout Convention, and all of these places, 1%er places, all these places that would normally not F with somebody that had that kind of standing, realized that what they tried to do to me was disingenuous, fake, and full of shit. And so I haven't lost any credibility. I went out on the set today. I was invited. This is not something that happens to out bad people. I was invited to come down to the very first what is it called? Sunday Sunday round robin. A round robin is when every Sunday all the motorcycle clubs go to one motorcycle club's clubhouse and party there, and then the next one, the next Sunday, the next one. So we had a killing here. We had a shootout here in Georgia where 2 1% motorcycle clubs went at it. And so since that happened in mid-April, there hasn't been another round robin. Well, they had one today, and they wanted Black Dragon to come, and I was there, and all I got was love and hugs and kisses and, hey, bro, we follow you. And we fuck with you. And so that has been my transition, not a shunned puppy, but somebody that's been embraced and loved even harder. And the derelicts that did what they did to me no longer even have a chapter they can write out of, which is just sad as hell.
Man. Well, guys,
the Cossacks, BD, that's exactly the way that I should go. But anyway.
With that, man, great show. Thanks for all the donations, everybody, for Neon's family. We really appreciate it. You guys really stepped up for us. It's going to help the family so much. I really appreciate it. Fundraiser link not working. What's going on here? Let's see here. I'm putting it out again. You should be able to just go ahead and click it if you donate, Chris. I really appreciate that. I know their family appreciate it too. 25 or more, I send you out a free copy of Power and Betrayal autograph. Anything over 50, get a hold of Dragon, and he will make sure to get you an audio book out there. Why are they all getting an error, man? I don't get it. Let's see. Let's see if I put the right one in there. Try this one. It's probably a lot easier. It looks like it got down a lot more. Try that one. I know we have some people donating tomorrow. You're awesome. Again, I'm on Instagram, official Insane Throttle. And then, of course, you know, we're all Black Dragon stuff's at. But tomorrow I got a video coming out tomorrow on the Indiana stuff, as well as I'm sure Black Dragon is, now that he wasn't caught up on the news, man. What's up with you?
I was partying today, and that video is hellacious, bro. I will say this, man. Yeah, here's the deal. And I know how it looks and everything. I'll say this. If you get into a fight in anybody's clubhouse, everybody's going to whoop your ass.
It wasn't the clubhouse. It was one of the bars that.
If you get into a fight with a biker in a club, everybody's going to whoop you. Every biker in that club is going to. It's not fair. It's not the way it should be. But bikers don't go at you one-on-one in clubs. They don't. It's just they don't. You're going to get your ass tore up.
That indeed, man.
But
But
that's the name of that tune. That they're not there to be fair. They're there to win, and they're there to put a statement out. And if there's going to be videos floating about them around the country, it's going to be that they stood as one, and it'd be hell to pay if you didn't. If you were somebody standing around looking, you might not be in a club tomorrow. That's not fair. It's not mano y mano. But you know, if I see 15 dudes in colors, I better damn sure hope my club is with me, or I'm going to fight 15 dudes in colors.
thanks, Tommy and Andrew. Yeah, if you want some good music, man, some old school biker music, there's country over there on Insanity Music. Check it out on YouTube, or it's on Spotify, iTunes, all that good stuff. Got a bunch of stuff out there. But again, thanks for the donations. I'll be putting up the link on all my profiles and stuff. Let's see here.
I see you, Tulsa Big Wheels. I see you, Tulsa Big Wheels, in the house, man. Yeah, that club has been around forever. It's good to see y'all.
That's why I don't understand Sos defending this guy yesterday with the SS bolts. Here in the States, man, that's a whole nother video. Anyway, we'll take it out of here. I appreciate it, guys. Rock on, baby.
Welcome to 1990 Chicago, where trust is a trap and betrayal runs deep. The Betrayal Chronicles real-life book series by James Hollywood Machkari drags you into the middle of the biker underworld like never before. In Power and Betrayal, a kingpin rises and falls in a storm of drugs and deceit. Then Brotherhood and Betrayal throws you into a fight for loyalty where every choice bleeds. Get the Betrayal Chronicles series now with grit, guilt, and redemption on every page. Available on Amazon and everywhere books are sold. Also available is autographed copies by James Hollywood Machkari on www.insanethrottlebikernews.com.